Welcome to The Explainer. For decades, two names have absolutely dominated superhero culture: Marvel and DC.
And their rivalry? Oh, it's legendary, right? It plays out everywhere, from comic shops to the biggest movie screens. And let's be honest, for a long time, it really felt like one side had a completely unbeatable lead. But then 2025 happened, and it changed everything.
So let's dive into the data and actually settle the score. We're going to look at the movies, the comics, and yeah, the video games to see who really won the year of 2025.
All right, first up, the big one, the cinematic showdown. Both the MCU and the brand spanking new DCU dropped major films, but, oh man, their fortunes could not have been more different.
Okay, let's start at the bottom of the pile here with Marvel's Thunderbolts. It pulled in just over $382 million worldwide, and what's kind of wild is that critics loved it. We're talking fantastic reviews, but it just struggled to find a big audience, Probably because it was packed with a bunch of characters that, well, most people just hadn't connected with yet.
Climbing up just a little bit, we've got Captain America: Brave New World. It did a bit better, $413.6 million, but honestly, this was still a big disappointment. The reviews were pretty bad, and you could just feel that franchise fatigue really setting in. I mean, even with a huge name like Cap, it just felt like we kind of seen it all before.
Now we're talking. In second place for the year, the Fantastic Four: First Steps, bringing in over $519 million. This felt like a huge return to form for the MCU. It had strong reviews, you've got that massive, well-known brand, and it really felt vital to where the universe was heading. Audiences totally responded, making it a really solid success for Marvel.
But the box office champion of 2025? That was DC's Superman, pulling in a whopping $615 million. I mean, this was the official kickoff for James Gunn's super-hyped DCU. We're talking years of build-up, and man, did it pay off. It was the clear winner, and it launched that new cinematic universe with an absolute bang.
And this chart just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, look at that gap. Marvel put out 3 movies, and DC's one single movie still out-earned their very best performer by nearly $100 million. So yeah, for 2025, the box office crown, it goes decisively to DC, no question.
Okay, so let's switch gears and go back to where it all began, the comic book shop. Because in 2025, there was a major shift happening there too, something that had been brewing for a while.
Now, what's really interesting here is the story this chart is telling. For decades, Marvel has just been the undisputed king of market share. And yeah, they're still on top here with 36.6%, but look at DC. At 29.5%, they are closing that gap, and they are closing it fast.
And this right here, this is the key. A nearly 10-point jump in market share in just one single year, that is almost unheard of. This was not some small bump. This was a massive leap, and it was all fueled by a complete creative resurgence over at DC.
So how'd they pull it off? Well, the charge was led by their Absolute Universe line. Think of it as this big creative refresh focusing on their core characters under an all-in banner. And they saw sales numbers we haven't seen in years. A single issue of Absolute Batman pulled in over 300,000 orders. This thing was bringing old fans back and pulling new fans into the shops. And this sentiment from a longtime Marvel fan on Reddit, it just perfectly captures the vibe that was going around in the community. Readers felt like DC was putting out a higher quality, more focused product, while a lot of folks felt Marvel had gotten kind of creatively stagnant, just relying on gimmicks.
Okay, so to recap, DC took the box office and was gaining some serious ground in the comics. But the story completely flips when we turn to the massive, super lucrative world of video games.
Marvel has just been on an absolute tear. They've built this diverse and incredibly successful portfolio of games. You've got the huge AAA blockbuster Spider-Man series, of course, but also these really cool, critically acclaimed experiments like the strategy game Marvel's Midnight Suns. Plus, their upcoming slate is just packed with games people are dying to play. In stark contrast, DC's recent gaming output has been, well, an absolute disaster. It's just been plagued by commercial failures like Suicide Squad and these high-profile cancellations for characters we love like Wonder Woman and The Flash. The gap here isn't just big, it's a chasm. Marvel is dominating this space, period.
So after 3 rounds, movies, comics, and games, what's the final score? Let's break it all down and see exactly where each company stands.
And honestly, the scorecard is fascinating. DC took the crown at the movies and staged this incredible, powerful comeback in comics. But you just can't ignore Marvel's absolute dominance in the video game market, so there's no single simple winner here. It's really a split decision.
Because what 2025 truly revealed isn't one company's victory, but the return of a genuine rivalry. For the first time in a long time, both of these giants are actually being pushed by the other to innovate, to improve, and to fight for every single fan across every medium. So, what you should take away from this is that when these two giants truly compete, it forces both of them to be better. And that means we, the fans, get better movies, better comics, and hopefully soon, better games from both sides. And really, isn't that a win for everyone?